Brady's offseason should be spent contemplating. Because what's the word you always hear following contemplating? Retirement.
Retirement.
Tom, you've done enough. You're rich. You're famous. You've got 7 rings. What more? Giselle has been begging you to retire. So just listen. I never tell someone to retire. Guys should be able to play as long as they want to. But I just want to, Tom, do you really want to? So be contemplative and be contemplating.
You just want him to get out the way for your guy, Mahomes.
No, I want what's best for him, Greg. Greg, I want what's best for him and his family. So
they stand in the way, Greg.
It sounds like you're trying to get Mahomes another ring. But what he should continue doing is trolling all the doubters on social media. That's what Tom Brady has been doing, man. Ever since he's won, ever since he knew he was going to win, he's been trolling every doubter that has doubted him and questioned the decision not only to go to Tampa Bay, but could he get it done and was he washed? That's what he needs to continue doing. I enjoy it.
All right, let's move on to Philadelphia now. Carson Wentz is out. So doesn't that mean Jalen Hurts is in? Who knows? Eagles reportedly thinking about drafting a quarterback with the 6th pick because a quarterback battle is clearly in vogue with this Eagles team. So, Brandon, a QB competition should have Jalen Hurts feeling blank.
He should feel juiced, Jenna. Absolutely juiced. I mean, a true competitor, a real competitor, loves competition. Look, you're not competing against the guys on your team. You're competing against yourself. You're trying to be the best version of yourself, and you're trying to be the best to ever do it. If you don't have that attitude, then you're not a true competitor. He's been here before, Greg. He's been here before. Nick, think about it in Alabama. He was going against Tua. He handled it perfectly, but Tua was just too magical. So he's built for this, Nick.
I don't think it's going to bother him, but he should be feeling a little confused, as I think all Eagles fans are. The Eagles are very fortunate the Texans exist because the Texans have been such a clown car. We haven't talked about Philly over the last few months as much as we should have. What happened with them in Week 17, it's like, nope, they're picking Carson Wentz over Doug Peterson. Nope, actually, they're picking neither. They're going with Jalen Hurts. Nope, they might take a guy 6th overall. What's the plan? Like, does anybody know the plan? And by the way, does anybody think what Philly needs is more quarterbacks as opposed to more literally everything else on the roster? So I'm confused. I imagine Jalen is confused as well, Greg.
I'm more leaning towards you, Brandon. I think he should feel confident. He's been here before, not only with Alabama, but even with this team. He understands the guys in this locker room. They believe in him. They have his confidence and bold of leadership. Like, he's done this. He has an advantage. And so moving forward, regardless of who they bring in, dude, be confident in who you are. You can only control what you can control, and that's Jalen Hurts' approach.
All right, let's head to Pittsburgh now. Big Ben's future not guaranteed with the Steelers. Report says Ben could actually be an option for the Washington football team if Pittsburgh decides to move on. Brandon, Big Ben's best option next season is blank.
Ooh, this is a juicy one. Look, the writing's on the wall. The answer is a pay cut or right on TV with us, with all the other old retired guys that used to play sports talking about what we used to do. Big Ben. Look, man, Kevin Colbert, the general manager's, his comments are telling. He's telling you. He's like, look, if Big Ben isn't willing to take a significant pay cut, then we're going to move on. That's pretty much what he said. So, Big Ben, take the pay cut so you can get one more year, or come on the TV with us, buddy. We can talk about the good old days.
Remember that great Jay Glazer quote? Ben's idea of off-season workouts or yoga, a round of golf, and some beer? I think his best option is exactly that without the yoga. Why do you need the yoga if you're retired? Golf and beer. That's the answer. Listen, Ben, you don't want to come on TV. You don't want to play for a pay cut. You don't want to go play in Washington. You've earned it, man. You made $250 million. You got a couple rings. You had a bad final game. Go play 36 a day, drink 18 a day, or not a day, but however you want to. He's a big guy. You handle a lot. And enjoy yourself. Golf and beer. You've earned it, Ben. See, I'm not.
Greg, be
don't
nicer.
say I'm scared of Ben. Don't say Mahomes is scared of Ben. I want what's best for these guys in their older age. Golf and beer, Greg.
Greg, we crushed Big Ben. Be nicer, Greg.
I know, man. I'm not gonna tell him to retire, but a suit and tie or a suit and a jacket and blazer and turtleneck, it'll look good, man. He got a lot of stories.
Or a tracksuit.
I'm with you, Greg.
Or a tracksuit.
He got a lot of insight. We can hear. The fans would love to know even more of what was going on in Pittsburgh. Let us know those stories on this side.
I feel like Big Ben's not going to be all in on our takes. To Dallas we go. Dak and the Cowboys still trying to work a long-term deal. I feel like I've been saying that line for 4 years. Cowboys Hall of Famer Drew Pearson chimed in saying if the Cowboys franchise tag Dak a second time, quote, Dak ain't going to be here after that. I will second that. So, Brandon, Dak playing on the franchise tag again would be blank.
Jenna, this answer is bad business. And let me try something here. I'm going to be quick, Nick. If you don't get the deal, stay home and chill. That's all I got. Stay home and chill,
okay.
buddy.
Oh, little wordplay.
Hold out.
I'm going to say worst case scenario. And it's worst case scenario, I would argue, for Dak, because he's coming off a traumatic injury, and to not have the long-term security of a contract would be the worst case scenario. Be the worst case scenario for Dallas, because I agree with Drew Pearson that if he plays another year under the franchise tag, he then will be a true free agent, and someone else will give him the money Dallas has been hesitant to. And most importantly, worst case scenario for us, because if I have to go through another 6 months of Dak's contract, I'm going to contemplate retirement. I can't deal with it. Guys, there's a lot of really fascinating storylines. Dak Prescott's contract has been, it's like you're waiting on a new pope. What color's the smoke? What is enough? So worst case scenario for everyone, including the viewers. So please, I implore you, get a deal done.
That's great, Nick. That's great.
Yeah, this is disappointing. It's disappointing for so many reasons and on so many levels, because you look at Carson Wentz with the Eagles, he gets what he wants. He gets out. He wants out. He gets to the best position and situation for him possible. Dak, the Dallas Cowboys have been super hypocritical when it comes to player signing contracts. We always hear just do everything the right way and you'll get rewarded. Well, Dak has done everything that they've asked him to do and beyond, and he still hasn't gotten rewarded. He got hurt. He's coming back. He still wants to be a part. Just pay that man. This is disappointing.
The writing's on the wall. If they hadn't paid him, they're reluctant to pay him. It just does not look like they're going to pay him. On to Cam Newton now. He joined Brandon and crew on the I Am Athlete podcast that'll be released later today. Check out this clip from the episode.
My pride won't even allow me to do that. Listen, bro, there's not 32 guys better than me. Put it like that. So you're asking me, like,
where you at?
Bro, I'm not 32.
All right, Brandon, to be a fly on that wall, Cam's comments on your I Am Athlete podcast were blank.
Facts, Jenna. And Jenna, I had to take a page from your books. I know your book. I know you won a couple Emmys. And look, I had to get messy. You got to ask the tough questions. And I love how he responded. And it's facts. He's right. You know, I mean, is he better than Big Ben? We just talked about Big Ben retiring. Is he better than Mitch Trubisky in Chicago? There's a few teams out there that don't even have a quarterback. Houston Texans, stop trying to hold Deshaun Watson hostage. Maybe you have a guy in Cam Newton go get. The Washington football team, do you have a quarterback? The Giants, do you have a quarterback? And there's a couple other teams out there, the Detroit Lions, and then also you can say the New Orleans Saints, who I don't think will actually make a move like that, because I truly believe they may go try to go get Teddy Bridgewater. So, yeah, facts.
Okay, so a couple things. One, can we put Brandon on the screen with me before I